our round. We are all going to have our rounds. You wear the shoe of a client and you say what you think, and then after that, we are going to conclude our proposal and then vote on it and see if we have consensus or not. Then we vote. So,
In terms of reading your guys' notes, it's important to note that in this particular proposal for the budget, the proposal is for a line of credit. Right? It's for a credit as opposed to the final loan is approved in the payroll.
so is it called line of credit, not loan?
Correct. It's a credit, right? So for the
Okay.
budget, we do a credit, and then for the payroll, we finalize
Loan,
the
loan.
actual loan of the actual money that is below the amount of the income. Okay.
Okay, Jay. Thank you. So, as I said before, we are all going to have our rounds, and then if you have something to say as a client, you just go ahead and say it. So, I don't know if we should start with those that already like Joyce, Ate, and or let's just say this way: who would like to go first? Who would like to go first?
Okay. Okay. We already discussed a while ago, so I can repeat what I said. Or
So we have
shall we start?
Joyce. Joyce, who?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll
Shall
go
I
next.
repeat what I
Okay.
said while we are discussing, or we can have others' opinion also?
Okay, but Joyce, just hold on. So we have Joyce that will go first, Ate will go second. Who will go third? Who will go next?
I can go.
Okay, Jay. Who would like to go after Jay?
I'll go.
Nnamno.
I'll go after Jay.
Lucy, would you like to go next? Gloria?
I'll go
Okay,
after
is
Lucy. I'll
everyone
go
obliged
last.
to speak?
And then Lucy's last.
Okay, Gloria. Um, Okay, Joyce, the floor is yours.
Okay. So we are going to say what in the point of view of the client. Uh, if we're
Please,
going to
before we
give
go, we taking notes. Someone should be taking notes.
anybody can take
Who will
notes.
like to take notes?
I'm helping with notes.
Thank you, Jay. Okay, Jay, Joyce, go ahead,
So
please.
for UMCA's discussion, we are going to discuss the point in the point of view of the client expectations in giving a loan to our uh, contractor. So for me, if I'm going to put my hat as a client and we're asking again for a loan, for me, it would not be advisable because until they completed the work, because because it will be this will lead also to the loaning money can lead your contractor to take advantage of the situation, and they will it will make them abuse you, and then they will keep on repeating this to keep on asking for loan and loan without finishing the work. So, but if you have the confidence, if I have the confidence in my contractor's ability and they have integrity, then I can actually help them on the other hand to overcome whatever they have financial crisis at the moment. So in between. So uh, my 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 uh, my idea is my brain is hacked it's in the center. I don't know if I'm going to give them a loan or not, but if I give them, I'm torn between maybe if I give them, if did not complete the work, then maybe they will do it again and again, which is really happening every month. So I'm torn between that. So the other one, on the other hand, I want to give them a loan to help them overcome maybe whatever financial difficulty they may have at the moment. So that's my take for it's my point of view as a client.
Okay, Joyce, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go next. So me as a client, I won't give more credit to my contractor, except the work is being completed. And on another hand, I might give them a credit if we have specific agreement, like when exactly they are going to repay me back, when exactly the work is going to be completed. At that time, I might still have a confidence in them. Then I might give them another credit or another loan to cover their expenditures so that they get more functional and get the work completed. And then as a worker expectation for the worker
Worker
expectation.
requirements, right? Client
Okay,
expectations, worker requirements.
for the worker requirements, the workers are obliged to get organized and then get specific deadlines on when they will have to deliver the work. So that's the worker expectation for me. The team need to get organized and then get agreement on when exactly to supply the work to the client if the client is giving us more credit. Check. Okay, oh, let's go to J.
All right. Overall, I am happy and impressed that we're doing this at all. I'm going over it. It looks like you guys have already put some thought into it. So all of that's very, very good. I want to see the um, the estimated calculations based on our three budgets. So it says here 3,820. So that would be like the maximum amount or whatever. But I want to see it. I want to verify the number based on our calculations for all six, in the red calculations, just to get more of like a understanding of this credit, to have an idea of like how much money we're really talking about. From there, as the client, in my perspective, there is value in some of the work getting done, even though all of the work doesn't get done. It's certainly a problem that all the work doesn't get done, but even moving a work forward does have value, right? So, we all know. Oh, and the thing that you talked about, the work requirements here, that workers are required to get organized and get specific deadlines. We are doing that better than ever. We have very clear deadlines. Or actually, our deadlines are pretty organized, especially for 100%. And we're getting organized on the 51 to 99% deadlines, and we have the pay stops that then reduces the potential abuse of this loan, right? Of this potential loan of the credit. So in the payroll, because we're finally starting the bonus payroll, it'll be the first time that we will actually have an uncut discussion related to the actual loan and how much money we actually are talking about spending more than the actual client work getting done. So with that said, as a client who wants, you know, high level professional, social, and human rights work done, there's not a lot of places to go for that type of work. And what we're trying to do, especially on a basis where we are, doing our best with what we have. We're all owners, we're all putting in time, we're all investing in the future of humanity. So in that context, it's there's not a lot of other places to go. So in the client's perspective, there is a reason to give, you know, an ongoing loan to make sure that the team doesn't fall apart, right? So the team has value to the client, even irrespective of the work getting done. And then on top of that, there is some work that's happening and moving forward, even though the work itself is not being completed, right? So there is precedent for this. It's also good to understand that the current loan is over $20,000, and we're talking about going up to $30,000 now. And how and when that gets paid back, it's not understood, but it's certainly doable to get it paid back if we can get functional and get successful, possibly even in the next few months with our new deadlines for client outreach. So my expectation is hopefully next month or two we do have new clients. So that would be my first expectation. Expectation to the client yes, to the client would be more client outreach based on required deadlines. I think our deadline is 1.5 months for our minimum client outreach. So that is definitely an important client expectation, that our client SVG would be bringing in more money. So as a team, we are working for a client to bring in more clients to SVG to make sure that SVG has money, which then is good for our client and good for us. Okay. So I think that is all I need to say at this moment. Check. Oh,
Okay, Jay. Okay.
the only thing for me is that we need to do better with the budget. So the budget does need to meet policy. So meet policy on the budget, including a balanced budget option. Okay. So we haven't been doing that. We've been breaking policy on our budget, and we're not even doing policy training. So we do, or minimally policy training, right? So let's at least start taking our budget seriously as far as the actual policies that we are required to have a balanced budget option, even if we vote against it.
Okay.
Okay. For me, as a client that my worker is requesting a loan from, after taking loans and not repairing or starting to repair or completing the work, um, I will be skeptical, and there are questions I would basically ask. One, how is the loan going to be? How am I sure that one, the loan will be repaired, and how do they intend to repair the loan, and what are the variables on ground to determine that the work is completed and or that the loan starts getting repaired. And then, if I'm able to be given, you know, good facts and ground, or measures that shows and presents a good payment plan and or repayment plan, and ways that the job is going to be completed, and time frame that the job is going to be completed, or deadlines that have already been met, I think I might consider giving the loan. And probably I might not give everything that is being requested for. I might give part of it. Yeah. So that will be. it's from me. Check.
And just to remind us that the loan is finalized as part of the payroll, bonus payroll. And at this time, we're talking about the budget, which is the line of credit, right? It's just the idea of a potential loan, right? We're approving the budget pending approval of the loan and based on this credit, okay? So it's kind of like a pre-loan, if that makes sense.
Is it
All right.
Jay? Do you want to add
Can
something
I?
else again?
No, I just wanted to make sure that we
Yeah.
are all talking about the same thing. Just to make sure everyone understands that this is the budget proposal for the credit, which doesn't necessarily mean it will be a loan until the payroll. So the payroll is when we actually decide the actual final amount of the loan. And if we skip the payroll, obviously we pay the full credit. So our credit currently is, or our loan is currently at $27,000, going up to 31,000. All right. So who's next?
Gloria.
Okay.
Gloria.
I'm next. So, um, I would say, we're practically saying the same thing. So, I would say as a client, I would want to know the ability to repay the loan. I would want to know the credit worthiness, the financial worth, and the work plan, the specific work plan with being realistic, and then being able to complete the work. Because if the work is not completed, then it will be the resource will not be of value to them. So that the client would be sure that at the end of the day they are getting their money back. So that is it. So for the worker, I feel the thing is to get a specific plan, work plan, realistic with a time frame to get the work done. So check.
Okay, Lucy, it's your turn, please. Lucy, are you there?
I think Lucy's this thing is already
I
here.
think I'm talking while I'm muted. I'm sorry, I'm there.
Okay.
So for me as a client, I will prefer first to know the plan and the purpose of the loan before giving out or approve something. I would like to know how are we going to pay the loan, repaying the loan back, based on what before any approval. Check.
Okay. we we already had our rounds. Is there anything anybody wants to add? Okay, let me quickly respond to Jay. Jay, you said you wanted to see the calculations. Um, column H on line 12, there is the income loan spreadsheet there. I think the calculations are there.
No, this would be from the budget, right? So the budget had a bunch of problems, and I did all the calculations myself because we didn't do them, and I don't know if you guys added it in at all, but I don't. Maybe it's under the info. Just don't see it. Did you guys just not copy and paste all the calculations into the budget? You guys remember all of the in the red calculations? There's 6 of them. I did it for you guys because you guys didn't do it. And you also didn't delete all of these other tabs and all the other things. I mean, I made a whole bunch of recommendations on how to improve the budget, and it just looks like it all got ignored, right? No one actually did all of the recommendations that I made. So maybe we go back to the budget main session. Where do we keep the budget main session notes? That's where it all was, right? or the session before the budget main session? Does that make sense? You don't understand?
Are you talking to me or to the team?
Both, I suppose.
Yeah, everybody. You're talking to everybody, not to me in particular.
So I'm looking for the link for the budget main session notes or the session before the budget main session notes, where we went over all of the budget calculations.
Let me see if I
Let me check
We
Mm,
the
have
main.
here a
Let me
budget
check.
check.
main
okay.
session. All right, so I found the budget main session.
I'll
My internet is
So
slow.
here's
I
the
can
budget
even
main session that I have. See if that has it all. So tallies, policy, discussion. It should be under the status. Let me do like a status system. Policies. Oh, here we go. This is it right here. So this is the budget in the red calculation. So we went with option 1, right?
yes.
So option 2 is irrelevant. You can just get rid of that. So my understanding is this really is only applicable to the time budget and has to do with the team income balance. So it says that it's $5,595. Is that correct or what? I don't know if that's a correct calculation either, because that does include both the business costs and the HR budget. So maybe those have to be deleted to get the correct total income. So I'm just trying to figure out why we're using this number of $3,820, but either way, it looks like it's generally correct. I was just trying to verify it. Okay.
Okay, Jay.
Okay.
So
okay.
should I go ahead?
Go ahead with what?
You said should I go ahead with the proposal, with the discussion? How do you call it? With topic 1.
I mean, I don't think we're done yet.
I thought I heard you saying that generally is correct. Maybe my headset
The
is giving me false
calculation.
information.
Yeah, I mean, my question is, where did you guys get the $3,820? We have no idea where you got that number. It's kind of weird, right?
From
So,
the
It's the
budget.
budget, in the budget.
The budget
Option 1,
option 1.
the one
oh,
that
I see. So
passed.
you took it from just the HR budget. I got it. Okay, cool. So this is just the amount in red for the HR budget. So it's a slightly different number than the amount in red for the overall budget. Got it. Okay, cool. So that is good to know. But I think there are still other expectations that do need to be reviewed and gone over, right? So we should review all the expectations that were discussed and make sure that the list is correct. And then we should review the previous ones, and then we should have clarity on if there's any more that we want to add.
Review previous what?
Client expectations. And there's also some client expectations up here that I don't know if these are from before or what these are from.
This is from before.
It is from before?
No, this is our discussion, Ate, from our discussion.
I'm talking of the proposal. Yes, based on our discussion.
Okay, so why don't we go over them? Because they're different than what the list that I have.
Yes, let's go over them, Jay. But before, I think we need a break.
Oh my God, we need to do policy training for not doing our rhythm.
Rhythm.
Yeah,
Let's take a 6 minutes break.
yeah, let's take a break. And I'm getting the rhythm started.
Okay.
Well, straight. Texas.
time to take a break. Please stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes. End of break. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm back.
I'm here.
I'm back.
So did someone want to go over these expectations here from the proposal, or this from before? What is it?
Yeah, let's go over it. So the expectation, we need. I think we need to add if. I'll just read the expectations, then we can add if there are.
Yeah, it looks like these are from mainly from before. And to make sure
The
client work
one down,
functionality plan loans should be given based on factors such as ability to pay.
Jay, are you talking on the one on the proposal from line 5, or which one are you talking about?
the one down was the last one before. The line 163 down. Yeah, you copied Athena from this was the one before.
No, I'm not the one that put it.
Who put here? I did not copy this one. But this was the one last time. Okay.
So as far as covering the most important question is questioning line 14 says we will need to start paying back the loan once we meet income requirements starting at 10% of income per month.
914.
So basically what that means is that we
So
need to have 110% of payroll covered so that we can pay back the loan at a 10%. Right?
yes, yes.
One, proceed.
So is there anything else we need to
To
add on
close.
the
Please
expectation?
stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Well, I guess for me it'd be reviewing the previous expectations. So for me, when I'm reviewing these previous expectations, I see, you know, for example, addressing the back pay issue, right? That having back pay be higher than income is a major problem, and it was not addressed. So what do we do with that, for example? Then you have plans to make sure that the client work is happening. We also have not done the functionality plan. We did not get payroll done on time this month. We do not have a client. We did a little client work coordination, but Kenny disappeared. And then we have the all client plan has not been updated, right? So, and we also have not organized the total figures of the loan. So these are all specific things that we talked about doing, which have not happened, right? So the question is, it's great to have these expectations, but how do we actually make sure they're going to happen? I don't think any of these happen, right? I don't think we addressed. I don't think we get in the last since we had the last UMCUS proposal. I don't think we met any of the client expectations. Is there any of these that we met? So this is line 175 to 182. So for me, the question in relationship to the client expectations is you all made it very, very clear that there should be a very clear plan of how the work's getting done. And then how we're going to be paying back this loan, and we don't have that. So what does that mean in relationship to doing this line of credit and then eventually the loan? What do we want to do? Like, how do we actually make sure that that we meet these expectations? Like, I feel like we need something more, right? Like there should be an expectation that the expectations are actually met, right? So how do we do that? Expectation that the expectations are actually met or attempted to be met.
Now inhale.
Otherwise,
1, 2,
what?
3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So since we didn't actually accomplish any of these client expectations, so let's think about the attempt, right? So the attempt here, we voted in block proposals, right? So the proposals got shut down for the voting on that, and then we stopped. We stopped addressing it. So I mean, there was let's call it a semi-attempt, right? So it's a semi-attempt, but then stopped, right? Stopped. We obviously could have continued, but it could have been worse. We could have ignored it completely. The next one is the plan. So we do not have a plan. We did not attempted a plan. Not attempted at all. We do not have well, we do have the leadership, right? We do have leadership deadlines and assignments of who is supposed to do what by when, right? But we didn't technically attempt to do any sort of updated plan that was delivered to the client. So no plan to deliver to client. Functionality plan. I mean, I feel like in the last month we did not work on it. We did not work on this, but we did make some new deadlines. So no additional work. So let's give it the orange. Continue payroll deadlines on time. I mean, we definitely continued the payroll, but we didn't make it on time. So we just did not do base upfront payroll on time. Base upfront on time. I mean, it's really bad. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It's bad status. The status is bad on the payroll. Continue with client work coordination and all client plans. So we have no client updated client plan. No updated all client plan. We did do one client work coordination session, and then Kenny, I guess quit or whatever. I don't know, right? Not responding. So I would say this is bad, but it could be worse. Not good. We'll give it an orange just because we technically did attempt, right? Organizing the total figures of the loan amounts. I mean, my understanding is we did not work at all on the loan figures. That we did not attempt to do this. There's no session.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I don't know. I don't think we increased pay stop for client invoices. I mean, there's no attempt at doing client invoices. I mean, I just don't think there's anything going on that's happening there. So I mean, this is not good. So we can sit here, we can pretend like, oh yeah, we're going to make all these expectations, but based on previous months, not only are we not considering these expectations, we're not actually attempting them, they're not going anywhere, right? But we are moving forward the work. I mean, everything's going well. It just seems like we're missing the UMCUS expectations. So I think we just need one last expectation that's like, okay, this all needs to be worked on by a specific deadline. There's supposed to be client updates that are happening every 2 weeks. So maybe the expectation here is that the client will be updated on the progress of the expectations within 2 weeks. Client will be updated on the expectations of the progress on these expectations within 2 weeks. So this would be the new moon. Or question mark. What happens if we don't update the progress on the expectations? And again, that's not even actually doing any of the work for the expectations, right? So the other thing we could say is, okay, actually complete all expectations by question mark, or what happens? What happens, right? But I think that at least getting the updates to tell the client, okay, in 2 weeks, nothing has happened for the expectations, so that we all acknowledge that it's not happening. We update the client that it's not happening, right? For me, that's like the minimal that I feel like we should all agree to. If we're not going to work at all on the client expectations, we're not going to achieve the client expectations, then can we at least tell the client that? And then what happens if we don't tell the client that? 100% pay stop? I mean, if you don't have a loan, there's no money, right, to pay. So it seems like a pretty serious deal to have accountability, right? And so for me, this comes into another thing I was talking about, which is implementing accountability measures, including outreach. That was the one that I added. And so this would be having a little accountability.
To stretch.
Right?
Please stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
So our two primary accountability measures is our weekly client report to the HR board, and then we would have every 2 weeks we're supposed to be updating the client. All right, quick stretch. So what is our current deadline for the client updates? What is the current pay stop? I don't know. We're supposed to do it every 2 weeks, right? So if I go to the fortnight deadlines by frequency, it says client updates every 2 weeks, and it's just not even updated. Nobody bothered to update the client updates every 2 weeks. Is that correct?
Yes, Chair.
So I don't know. I mean, for me, I would just say let's just create a new deadline, make it as high as possible, and then at least we can acknowledge the client expectations by that date, even if we do nothing for them, which is what happened last month. And then we're not saying we're going to do anything for the expectations. We're not going to work on anything. All we're saying is that we're going to at least do a status update and notify the client that on the status of the expectations that the client would have. Do you think that's really like too much, or does anyone have any thought on this, or what? I'm getting a lot of silence. What's going on here? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm just getting silence. I don't understand why no one's talking or communicating.
Sorry, Jay, I was talking. Sorry. You mean the client will be updated on the progress of the previous expectations within 2 weeks, or these current expectations?
The new current expectations.
Okay. Mm. Mhm.
So what was the question again, Jay?
I'm just writing down a proposal because I'm over just all the silence. I'm just going to do it myself, right? So proposal to require the team to update the client on the progress of the client expectations within 2 weeks as part of our existing required client updates, right?
Time to pause. Please stop, close your eyes, count
It's gonna be
one,
the new
two,
moon.
three, four, five. Open your eyes.
Or question, pay stop. So we can vote on the pay stop amount if we want to. I would assume that the pay stop for this should be quite high as it relates to UMCUS. So percentage pay stop 100%, 90%, 80%. I think the existing pay stop has got to be at least 50%, you know? So I'm just going to do 50% to 100%. We can add in 75 because I know some people love 75% pay stop. So shall we just go ahead and vote on this and then we can finish here? All right, so yeah, I would just propose that we vote on this proposal to require a pay stop for the client expectations. So even if we don't do the client expectations, we at least have to report on them so that we have at least a little accountability here moving forward. Because it's pretty bad. So I think the 50% is like our existing, current slash existing pay stop for client every 2 weeks. So I don't know if that's changed or what's going on with that. And just to remind everybody, like if we don't have the agreement of the client for the loan, then we can't approve the budget. You guys all understand that, right?
Yeah.
So far, none of this is even. Well, it looks like we have one fitting up a little bit. Joyce or Lucy, did you want to vote?
Yes.
So just Gloria, Nnamno, and Ate, you guys feel that the client should not give a loan at all, and that we get no pay, we can't approve the budget, but you are completely against the idea that we would be
Time for
required
breath.
to
Please stop and
notify
get
the
ready.
client
Now
related to their
inhale.
expectations.
1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
Jay, if after if you by this new moon we don't update the client on the progress of the work, we go on 50%. That's what I'm voting. So what's
We
wrong with
already
that?
have that though. We're already supposed to do client updates for months and months and months. No one cares. No one's doing it. It's not going to happen.
But that's why we are doing the pay stub. Why are we doing the pay stub now?
Say what?
But that's why we are doing the pay stub for that particular responsibility. If the client is not being updated, then we go on 50% pay stub. That's why I'm voting. So why are you questioning my vote? I don't understand your question.
So everybody just said that they don't think that we should do a loan without having a plan and all this information, which would mean that we have no budget, right? That's what I heard everyone say. Am I missing something? Am I
Yeah, I'm not
missing?
understanding your question.
My question is based on the fact that we all had a conversation for the UMCUS discussion, and that the outcome was that everybody had an expectation that they wanted a full plan and have clarity on how the work is going to get done by when, which we do not have, in order to get a loan and a line of credit, right? So the idea that we would require ourselves to not do all of the expectations, to completely not do any of the expectations for the client, but at least to inform the client that we're not doing those expectations within 2 weeks seems pretty minimal compromise. But you guys are saying, no, you don't even want to do that.
So how are we saying they no?
What?
I don't understand you. How do we say no?
Because there's no change. It's just 50%. There's nothing to vote on, right? It's just like, it's just saying, oh, we're just going to keep everything the same.
So if we go down to 100%, it means we are saying yes. So how
Exactly.
does but I don't understand because to me I don't understand what you mean by that. Maybe someone else can explain. I don't understand why if we are going to 50, 100, we are yes, and we are 50, all of them is spaced up. Maybe somebody else can explain to me. I don't understand
Because
what
we
you're.
already have 50% pay stop and nobody cares. No one's doing the work. No one has ever done a client invoice for Jurison. No one has ever done a client update for Jurison ever, right? So, and we already have 50% pay stop. So that's obviously not going to happen. So there's no change, right? So my proposal is dead in the water and that I'm done. So I'm ready to vote.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So my vote's going to be based on my evaluation of the previous client expectations and what was accomplished in the last month and a half. Especially since nobody even wants to do a update with a higher percentage pay rate. So let's just do the proposal and see what happens. So I attempted to see if we could get agreement
May I
on
just have a question?
or even basic
That's
communication
related.
ability.
Since we are like, I think we are trying to get ourselves out of pay stops. Are we still going to again vote for other pay stop when we are planning to get out of pay stops?
Again, getting out of pay stops just means doing the work. So if we're saying that this is essential for accountability to get the work done, if we're not accountable, we're never going to do work, right?
So
So
does that
getting into
mean you are going
accountability
always
mode
to
here,
have a pay stop with the list of deadline pay stop, but all pay stop will be there every time? I thought when we have a plan yesterday, we plan to get out of pay stop, then we just do work as normal.
yes, that's perfectly fine. So if we can get down below 50%, then maybe people will start caring about the client updates. If in fact the client updates are 50%, which I can't verify because nobody updated the pay stops by frequency. So I can try to look it up, but does that make sense, Lucy?
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm ready to vote. I was just hoping to see if there was any interest in adding an expectation to the client that the client would be updated on the progress of the client expectations, and the answer is no. There's no interest in that. So I'm done. I'm ready to move on. Do you guys want me to finalize the proposal, or do you want to do it?
So
I put
now that you cancel
already,
fifty
where
percent,
I
is it
put
mean that
there,
we are going for 60%?
What? What? Joyce, Tate, what is it?
You cancel 50%, does it mean that now we are going for 60%?
No, the 50% already exists. There's nothing to vote on.
I'm asking, but you cancel it already. So are we considering by the 60%?
No, there's nothing to vote on. I'm over. I'm just ready to vote on the actual proposal. Like I don't like. There's no interest
Okay.
in that. Like the 60%, 50%. There's no difference because it's already there. Like I'm gonna try to look up and verify what the actual pay stop is. The client update.
Time to take a break. Please stop. Write down whatever you were about to say
25%.
and
To
take a break
require
for 6 minutes.
to require the team to do client work reporting updates to the HR board every week or 25% pay stop. So our current reporting to the HR board for accountability is 25%. Okay, so that's the
So
HR board. So then client work updates we approved on the voting form. Let's see if I can find it. Client work updates. Uh, Here we go. Client work updates are required every 2 weeks but doesn't have any pay stop. Maybe we updated the pay stops for that.
I think we never had any pay stop for that. This is the first time you're talking about it.
Okay, so do you want to, maybe we do just approve it for the 50%, and then at least we have clarity on the existing policy. So the proposal would be to require the team to do client work updates every 2 weeks for new and full moon, including updates on the progress of the client expectations for 50% pay stop. All right. So anyway, so for me, this is just kind of reiterating our previous proposal, but it's possible that that old proposal did not have a pay stop. I don't know. I can't verify it, but this one does. So let's just vote on this real quick. Looks like we probably have agreement, and then we can be done. So are there any questions on the proposal? No questions? Are there any concerns?
No concern for me.
No.
All right. Any objections? Okay. So anyways, I don't know if this actually changes anything or if it's just the same what we already had before, but either way, we at least get agreement on it. It's always good to review and verify that we are in agreement for a pay stop. Technically speaking, there's always a concern when doing a pay stop, but I think this is kind of a revote, so I'm not too concerned about it. I'm putting this into our decisions channel.
And then I'll put it in the.
I already added it to the fortnight deadlines. It's in there. Okay, so anyways, does someone want to finalize the proposal for the credit, or do you want me to do it real quick? Because I think we're done here.
Jay, should I put it
I
in the
added
new deadlines to create?
no.
No, I think I just added it. I mean, you could just write it under updates. It needs to be added, but we're not even doing our 50% deadlines right now, so I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
But what I am worried about is this proposal. Do you guys want me to finish the proposal, or do you guys want to do it?
Okay, the final proposal for the course.
Yeah. Do you guys want to do the final proposal, or do you want me to do it?
Let me do it. Let me do it.
Okay, so just copy and paste it at the bottom so that we can get organized. All the way in line like 215, and then you just need to add in the, well, you already have most of the previous ones, and then we just need to add in the new client expectations, and then I think everything is updated.
I added the expectation.
What is it?
You added a pay stop.
I added the last one, the client reporting.
So for me, the plan, I feel like the slightly updated. We're asking for a specific work plan, right? So the expectation is that there will be a specific work plan to make sure the client work is happening. So that's a clear expectation. The functionality plans get completed. Loan should be given based on factors such as ability to repay rather than being. So I don't know what this is about the loans. So what is this one about the loan? No one has talked about this that I've heard. So we're saying that we should not give a loan for the work. And then this is the same as line 212.
And 212.
To have an agreement on how the loan will be repaid. Again, the loan agreement is the 10% of income per month after we have achieved the
Maximum.
the amount we need. Organizing the total figures of the loan amount. So We need to add in a lot more lines
End
here.
of break. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
Oh, and we missed a break, so it's more policy change.
Let's just take the break.
Yeah, I would love to take a break. So maybe we take a break. Let's take a 5-minute break. Let's finish up the proposal, and then we can vote and be done. Yes.
New expectation.
Time to pause. Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I'm back.
I'm back as well.
I'm here.
I'm back.
So Jay, I guess this client expectation on line 214 should be removed.
Or just have clarity on it. I mean, what would it mean to have something else besides being repaid by the work? I mean, the way that we pay back the loan is by being successful, right? If we're successful, we could bring in
Yeah. Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of dollars and have enough money to hire another 10 workers, including hiring people in the United States and all over the world. That is our goal, right? So we should have more than
Yes.
enough money to repay the loan if we're successful, you know? So the way that you repay the loan is you're successful. If the business fails, the loan is by definition at risk and forgiven, right? So the loan is basically an investment, an at-risk investment. So if we can note here, we will start paying back the loan once we meet the income requirements at 10% per month. You know, if the team is unsuccessful, the loan is automatically turned into equity and is at 100% at risk and would be lost. Right? Does that make sense? Like, there's no expectation that if we fail, there's no expectation that the loan would be paid back even if we fail. Right? You see? If we're successful, there should be plenty of money to pay back the loan.
Yeah.
Time for breath. Please stop and get ready. Now inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So who wrote this right here? The line 2. Where does it come from? Because I don't remember anyone
What?
saying that.
Hmm?
Who wrote it?
What? The
Um,
line 214.
yeah, who wrote that? Like, where does it come from?
Joyce, I don't want to put it there.
So then also
Sorry,
on line
sorry, it should be
212.
Joy.
I don't know. I cannot remember. It's not
Right,
the
so I
one
mean,
we.
if no one said that, no one wants to do that, then yes, let's just delete it. Because if nobody is suggesting that that work is not enough, right? So then the clear plan on how the work would get done before giving the loan would be doesn't make any sense, because the whole idea of the proposal is to pay the credit without having a plan of how the work's going to get done. Because currently we don't know how to get the work done, right? That's obvious. We have ideas of how we can get the work done, but we don't necessarily have a written up plan that's presented to the workers.
The client.
So the expectation is that we create a specific work plan to make sure work is happening and present that to the client, right? And present the plan to the client, right? So that is my understanding of the expectation. So I'm just going to delete that other thing, right? Okay, that looks good to me. And we should still link all this really helpful information for the loan document. So this is the
the income and cost spreadsheet.
all right. I think this is done.
Okay, can I do the proposal now?
Yeah.
Okay. Our proposal is on line 211, and the proposal says to give additional $3,820 of team credit for the 165-month budget based on the following client expectation. Specific work plan to make sure client work is happening, and present the plan to the client.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count.
I know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
I don't think you need to read every single expectation, every single detail. I think the proposal is enough.
Okay.
The question.
Any question about this
And
proposal?
I guess the only other detail that's applicable is simply that we are agreeing that we completed the discussion on the MCUS point of view as the client. Which is line 255. I would put that at the bottom.
Who deleted? Okay.
Well, so we meet our required.
Should I go ahead?
We had our discussion. Yeah. So questions? Oh no, that's the detail. Were there any questions?
So any question?
No,
No questions.
no question for me.
No, I'll just any objection?
I think we're on concerns, right?
I'll take it and no.
What?
Any concern?
Yes, I mean we have
Oh,
lots
yeah, and
of concerns.
Concerns first before objection.
okay, yeah.
Right?
Mhm. Okay, what's your concern, Jay?
Oh, I mean, how many months, if not years, we've been doing this and we never actually accomplished.
Your line is breaking up.
There's tons of concerns. I mean, it's just been month after month that we talk about it and we never actually accomplish the expectations and we're still not achieving the work. So it's a major concern to continue to be paying the money and not getting the work done.
Okay, let's pause.
I'm gonna about a
Time to stretch. Please
7.
stop, stand up, and stretch and move around for 30 seconds.
I'll vote 7, Lucy.
Lucy 7.
Vote 7 as
Joy?
well.
Okay, 7.
Okay, vote
Joy?
also 7. 7 also.
Gloria here.
Nnamno is 7. Lucy is 7. Okay. Who else? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who else are here? Gloria is not here anymore. Gloria. Ate, what's your vote, Ate?
Mm-hmm. Only voted 7.
7. Okay. Gloria is not here. Okay.
The proposed positive.
Is Gloria gone? You lost Gloria?
Yeah, Gloria not here.
Who voted? Maybe she's the one. So I think we are done with this, right? Let me take to the decision panel.
Yeah, all done. What about the certification? Did we do the certification of the budget?
I think the last budget
Yeah.
What's the
session.
budget? We did the
Budget
certification already.
Last budget session.
Yes.
We did the certification already? Okay, cool. So that means we are off, we prevented
Time
the...
to pause. Please stop.
75%.
Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
Yeah, so we can go to the leadership, and it doesn't look like it was updated anyways. So I don't see it. So that's great. It took a little while, but again, these are very important discussions, and it only happens like, when we actually do the UMCUS proposal. So I can't even remember the last time we had this discussion, at least a month or two ago. And this is
Last month.
the only time where we question our work. So definitely good that we did this. I'm impressed that we prioritized this and made it happen.
Yeah. I pasted it on the chat. I think it will take time to load because my internet is slow. But it's there. So when you enter up step, it's going to pop up. So I think we should wrap up and prepare for comment. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Should we do a checkout?
I already checked in at your main session. Yeah. I'll be alright.
Okay, well, anyways, I think that we are done then. So we're just gonna take a break for an hour and then do Cobalt, or do we want to split up into buddy teams? Get some other work
Yeah.
done?
We should be wrapping up because we still have Cobalt coming up.
Okay. I'm down to do like a little bit more if you want to. Otherwise, yeah, you can just do Cobalt.
How to sort my internet.
Oh, there you are, Gloria. Did you want to vote?
You know, I don't know.
Ate, you are cutting, ate.
Oh, internet.
Gloria, did you want to vote on the proposal?
Yeah.
Please stop and get ready. Now inhale.
This
1,
is in line.
3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Inhale together. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Relax.
So I think we
No,
did.
no, the point line 2.
What?
Yeah, I voted.
What did you vote?
I just voted.
7? Okay. So we're all not happy, but willing to go along with it.
Is this really consistent?
Ate, you're cutting, ate.
Oh, sorry. So I think we are wrapping up, right? Hello.
Hello, yeah, we can hear you.
I think we're done. I'll go into FQN if anyone has any other questions for me. Otherwise, Cobalt. Okay.
How about the the VEJ, virtual envelope? We
For
sent
what?
you the virtual for the WCTC amendment.
But for WCDC amendment, we need to do the calculations. We're updating the calculations.
Calculations. Okay, then.
We have all these bank things I need to like scan them in. I'll send them over to you guys as soon as I can. Oh, there's so many of them. All right, any other questions for me before we go?
No, Gloria, are you guys getting me?
Yeah.
You're still cutting, ate.
Yeah,
Sorry.
if for
I'll be
for
enough, Ken.
tracking for, if you go to the top of, you will see J. I think J is already put in the top of the same line
Oh,
from
I cannot
six to
get.
nine.
They left again. I
Sorry.
left that
You're
already.
breaking.
I tell you, you need to restart your device, your
Done.
internet device.
But I can hear you clearly, Nnamno. Nnamno, I can hear you clearly.
Yeah,
I
I
think we
know.
are
It's
When
done.
So
okay.
what did
when I
Ate
say
say? Maybe
Okay.
It's
when
Ate,
I
I
say
basic.
can.
needs to
Okay, we are
restart
done.
the device.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are done.
I
We
was
are done.
just trying to help you. I
We
was
are
clicking
done.
your ass.
Okay. All
I
right.
was trying to
Please,
help you to do fast.
one question, please. One question. Can somebody help me clarify before
Yeah.
we go? In the budget, in the budget proposal, I want to know if the monthly pay rate is based on what is on our POP.
Yeah. Hello?
Okay,
Yeah.
so that means my own is not correct.
What is
Can you
your
hear me? My own
budget?
is not correct. It's not. My
Maybe you are
monthly
on training
pay rate is
budget.
400.
Wait, wait. Which budget? The
Okay,
new
my
one?
training budget is it?
The new one? The 165
I
budget?
thought is the base. Yeah, 165 budget. So is it
The
the training
165
or
budget.
the base budget?
The training. If you have a training budget,
Okay,
that will be
training.
applied first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That will be applied
Okay, yeah, the
first if you have
training.
a
That
training
is
budget.
correct.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Yeah, the
Okay, guys,
training is
bye.
Okay.
correct. It's 300.
Okay, guys, bye.
Okay. Good
Yeah.
luck to
So
your
let me check out and then
Lucy.
I'll go.
What
Good luck,
what next,
Lucy.
Joyce?
The next one is
Please,
I did
how
not do
to
many
the
do the
hours are
deposit.
we
notes.
tracking?
Do the notes. Yeah, yes, Gloria.
2 hours.
2 hours,
Two
11.
hours, okay.
Yeah, 2 hours. 2 hours in the what will we track?
I don't understand
Um,
even which line.
which line? The UMCAS discussion is a budget. Is it? It's the budget. Budget. UMCAS. There's a line for
Okay,
budget
okay.
there.
Course.
UMCAS. There is
What
now.
line? What line?
I'll
I
check.
don't know. I cannot
I'll check.
remember. Wait.
I'll just check. And then
165.
for sessions that exceed for sessions that are 6:12 a.m., should we track them as overtime? Because I didn't do that yesterday and I'm not sure, so I didn't do that.
Yeah. What time is it with you now?
No, we are at it's not up to 12 a.m. I'm talking about yesterday. It's just 11:53 p.m. now.
Okay. Yesterday, you should track. You should track the. The criteria, right? The criteria for that one is from 9 a.m.
Yeah,
Wait. From 12 a.m. Wait. 9 p.m. to 12
yeah,
a.m. That is 1.5. Okay, 1.5.
yeah.
And then from 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. is times 2. That's 2x. Okay.
Okay,
And then from
okay,
6 to 9 a.m.,
okay,
6
okay. So
a.m.
I
to
think
9.
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
guys, we should wrap up because we have Cobol is coming up.
It's
Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay now? It's okay now?
yeah. Yesterday is okay. Let's. Yeah, it's
On
okay.
course,
Yesterday is 1.5. I'll just. Yeah.
on course is
Thank you so
192.
much.
Line
Uh-huh.
192.
192.
Okay.
Yes.
Line
And
192. All right.
yes, and Gloria,
All
192.
where
right.
did you
That's
find
budget,
the other
huh?
Thank
stuff?
you.
That's
Gloria,
budget.
where did you find the other stuff?
I
The
can't find checkout here. Didn't we do checkout?
No, we don't do checkout in the BT session. We
Oh,
do only on main session. But you can
okay.
do,
All right.
yeah. In the
Uh,
BT session, you can do wrap up. You can do what happened to the session. What do you think about the session? The wrap up. Wrap up. Yeah, the wrap up. You can,
oh,
I think Jay also put, yeah, Jay already put her his evaluation. Like Nnamno also put.
Nnamno just did that.
Because if we did not do this today, the AMCAS discussion, we will be 75% based up tomorrow. So what's the use of being 65% later for the RTVA, and then tomorrow will be 75% again for this? So we really push for it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that we will be only 65% now. 65% instead of 75%. Okay. Okay, guys. See you later. Are you going to
Yeah,
the
I thank you, Joyce.
global? Okay. Okay, just listen to that one if you want the recording that we
The
have that I gave you to know
yeah, yeah,
something
I'll
about
do that. I'll
this
do that.
one. Okay then. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you so
Bye,
much,
Gloria.
Joyce.
Okay, bye
Bye.
bye. Bye bye. God bless. Bye.